Today I want to talk about this book that's called The Monk That Sold His Ferrari, and why and how it affected me and what I've learned from it. So the story is about a top lawyer that decides to change his life after a heart attack. So he travels to the Himalaya, and there he stays in a monastery with Buddhist monks, and there he learns how to have a fulfilled and happy life. So the first chapter is one of my favorites, and I think one of the most important ones. It's about our mind and how it really how it controls our lives and how much power it has and how less we think about it. So what I've learned is that my outer world represents my inner world. So if I think negatively all day, then that's going to happen. So it's so important to catch yourself when you think negatively and replace it with something positive. And I think many people just don't realize that they think like that a lot of times. And that's dangerous because everything happens twice, first in your mind and then in reality. So when you have to be conscious about your thoughts. So when you're conscious, you need to catch yourself and change it in something positive. And not just replacing it with something positive, but also visualizing it. So if you think, for example, oh my god, I'm not gonna pass this exam, or my life is so horrible, or I'm never gonna reach my goals or whatever, then you need to change that. So think, no, that's not true, I'm going to pass, and you need to believe it. And you need to visualize how you're gonna pass. So you have to really imagine, for example, just sitting in the exam and knowing all the answers, and or getting the exam back and passing. So of course you need to study and put the work in, otherwise it's not going to work, but that's a good step for your mind to believe it. Because if you study a lot and you think about yourself, no, I'm not going to pass, then probably you won't pass. Because your mind unconsciously sabotages itself. So the first step is catching yourself when you think negatively. So being conscious, then replacing it with something positive, because you have no time for this negativity. Okay? And the third step is visualizing it. So visualizing in your mind how it's going to look like. So another thing is, when reaching your goals, is that many people think about other people wanting to be better than them or as good as them or whatever, and that's not a good mindset, because that's not you and you will never be them. There's a good quote in the book that says, it's nothing special to be someone else, it's the greatness lies within being superior to your older self. And I think that's so true, because you shouldn't, I mean, it's okay to look up at people, but don't try to be like them, because that's not going to bring you anywhere. And another problem that many people have with reaching their goals is that fear is holding them back. And the problem with that is that fear is just a conditioned reaction. So if you want to change something that's not good, and the way you can change it is that you do something every day that you're afraid of or not comfortable with. And by doing that every day, you train yourself doing uncomfortable things, and with time it's not uncomfortable anymore, and you're not scared of it anymore, and it's easier to reach your goals by just leaving that fear behind and doing what you want and being more open. And in the book there are many rituals described which you can do every single day to change your life and be more happy and satisfied. And there are many obvious ones, such as taking time for yourself, eating healthy, doing exercise, going into nature. But these are obvious, and I don't want to talk about everything, because then this video will be so long. And one of the rituals that really spoke to me was the one that said you should think about all the actions of the day. So every evening, you just, in bed for example, you can do that. You just sit down or lie down and think about the whole day, how you were feeling that day, how you were speaking with other people, how you were treating them, how productive you were, like everything. you just think about the whole day, and then, for example, you woke up, you had breakfast, then you were going to work, and then think about what was good. For example, you woke up a bit earlier than normal, or you had a really good breakfast, and then maybe the negatives could be like you were stuck in traffic and you were really angry and in a bad mood because of that, and you were shouting at someone because of that, for example. And just think about how you were feeling and how you were treating people and what you could better, what you could change. So if you do that every single day, reflecting of the day, then obviously that's going to bring you a better life, because you're not just living, you live consciously, and you think about how you're feeling and how you're treating people and how you can better that self. And you also recognize the positive things you had that day or you did that day, and that's really important, I think. And another ritual that really spoke to me was the one that says that you should do something every day to promote your character, and you do that by promoting your virtues, so promoting patience, bravery, compassion, hard work. And if you focus on that every single day, then you just don't change your character into something positive, but you also find inner peace because you know that you're doing the right thing. And yeah, that's another good one. And the last ritual I want to talk about is the one that talks about simplicity. So we should reduce our needs, for example clothes or makeup or anything pretty much, because that's kind of dragging us down and leaves our mind full of distractions. And another thing that I've learned from this book is that time is our most valuable possession, so we should live every day like it is our last, because in the end of the day we just have our conscience. So if we regret something, then that's going to be there. And the meaning of our life is the quality of life we had, and that doesn't just mean did you reach your goals or whatever, but it also means what contribution you had to the world. So how did you affect other people's lives? Did you better them or worsen them? And because you're not just an individual on this planet, like we should also think about what contribution we have to this planet and to the people we live with. And there was a really good quote in the book that said, while we were born, we cried, but the world was overjoyed. And we should shape our lives in a way that the world should cry when we die, but we should laugh. And that just says that we should do something every day to better people's life and to do good, because we're not just here for ourselves. And while doing that, you should of course try to do what you love and reach your goals, but not be selfish and just think about yourself. And that's really important to being happy, because when you do good and when you help people, it just brings you so much joy and happiness that nothing else can bring you, and that's also really important. And the way to true happiness is that you should live in the now and not wait until you reach your goals to be happy, because happiness is a path and not a goal. So don't run after the big happiness and forget to appreciate the small happiness and the small joys of everyday life. Enjoy the journey and the beauty that surrounds you, and the mystery that future holds for you. By being thankful for what you have and what you've reached, you train yourself and you help yourself to be in the now. And that's the only way you can be happy, because it's not enough to just wait until you reach your goal and then be happy, because then it's too late. You're not going to be happy, because that's not true happiness. You should be thankful and every day appreciate what you've got. Life is a journey, and you should always be happy. It doesn't matter in which circumstances you are. And the last thing is that you should follow your dream, and obviously it's not going to come suddenly one day, but you should rather work towards it every single day. And small changes lead you to bigger changes, and those lead to positive habits, and those lead you to positive results, and those positive results inspire you to do more and change more. So treat every day as it is your last. So if you have something in mind that you really want to do, or you're passionate about something but you're afraid of judgment, or people tell you not to do something because it's not the right way, or you won't reach anything with that, you need to ignore that, because in the end of the day you're gonna regret it if you don't do it. So small steps every single day, changes every single day lead to positive changes and habits, and those will lead you to your goals one day. So, and the last quote that really stuck to me and that I found really inspiring was the one that said, "Do not be denied your destiny. What lies behind you and what lies in front of you matters little when compared to what lies within you." And this quote really inspired me because it's so true. It doesn't matter what is behind you, or what you had to go through, or where you were born in, or whatever. And it also doesn't matter how long you have to go and the way you have to go. It's just a journey, and you should enjoy it at the same time. And don't be frustrated, even though it is a long way. But that's the meaning of our lives. And at the same time, we should also think about other people and help other people on the way, because that's going to bring us happiness and fulfillment and peace. Think like as a collective, so we are not alone on this world. We should do something to better this world and to be a positive change, and not just for ourselves but for the world. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I really recommend this book to you guys. It's so inspiring, and it has so many wonderful rituals and lessons you can learn from it. I've read a lot of self-help books, but this one really stuck to me because it's so easy to incorporate all these changes, and I've only talked about a few now, but it has a lot of them inside. And the good thing is, after every chapter you have like a summary of all methods, what you can do, and that's really good help for everyone, and it's really inspiring and wonderful. So I hope you read this book and you change your life, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.